Hi, I'm Michael Senoff, founder and CEO of HardToFindSeminars.com. For the last 5 years, I've interviewed the world's best business and marketing minds. Now my challenge is to build the world's largest free resource for online, downloadable audio business interviews. I've learned a lot in the last 5 years, and today I'm going to show you the skills you need to survive.
This is Terry Telford reporting from Michael Senoff's HardToFindSeminars.com, where I'll be bringing you exclusive audio interviews with the hottest, most sought-after business secrets that can make your business explode. A copywriter extraordinaire, Dan is currently so busy that he's not even accepting new clients. So you can appreciate the time that Dan is taking with us to describe his business and exactly how he works and pass on a lot of information as far as being a copywriter and what you can do to actually go ahead and write your own copy, the formulas he uses, the secrets he's got. Let's just dive right in. I'd like to just say thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us, Dan.
Glad to be here, Terry.
Thank you again. Dan, I've got a bunch of questions for you, but before we kind of dig in, let's talk about you first. How did you get started and how did the early days go?
Terry, I moved from Hong Kong to North America years ago with no money, no connections, and not a word of the English language on my lips. As you can tell from my thick accent, English is not my first language. I had to learn it from scratch. Started my first business when I was 16 years old with my friend, mowing lawns for people in my neighborhood. And the business went down in 6 months. Wow. Because of lack of customers. And on and off, I would start a business, and it would fail very quickly. I was in the vending machine business. I was in multi-level marketing. I was in the retail business. In fact, I was importing toys from Asia. And at one point, because I lost so much money in my business ventures, I had to borrow money from my friends and family just to survive. And that was pretty bad. And I even went out there and get a job. And I was making minimum wages stocking cans on the shelves in a supermarket. Because I had no degree of formal education, that's the only job I could get at that time. Now, at that time, just like most people, I was reading all those self-help books. I was listening to the tapes, going to seminars. I was a junkie. I had a desire to succeed. I set goals. I think positively, affirm to myself daily, I'm rich, I'm wealthy, all that stuff. And guess what, Terry? I was still freaking broke. Now, by the way, Terry, forgive me for being very blunt during this interview. I don't mean to hurt anybody's feeling, but I probably will. So I hope. Because when it comes to business and marketing advice, I don't pull any punches. I mean, I don't take any prisoners. I don't sugarcoat stuff, but I tell it like it is. And that's exactly why I'm not everybody's cup of tea. My clients either love me or hate me. Because sometimes I'm just too tough on my clients. Sometimes they come up to me and ask me, Dan, what do you think of this idea? And if I don't like it, and I think it's not going to work, I just tell them point blank, it's not going to work. And a lot of them don't like to hear that, especially when they're paying me a lot of money. They put up with me because I make them money. I mean, why else would a person pay a marketing guy a lot of money to yell at them and slap them around? Reason is I make them a lot of dough. I was starting all these businesses, and these ventures were going out of business faster than I could start them. So it was pretty bad. And one day, it just dawned on me. And I asked myself this question. Why some businesses are more successful than others? Why some people just seem to have the Midas touch? And I look at myself, I said, well, I'm not stupid. I work hard. I had a desire to succeed. What was I doing wrong? What's the problem? What's the key? What's missing? I kept asking myself. And boom, I got it. I finally got it. The ultimate secret to business success. And here's the secret. I have never seen a company in trouble from having too much revenue. Just like in a person, you can never have too much money. You can never have too much revenue in a business. Now, the next question, Terry, you want to ask me is, well, Dan, then how do you generate revenue? Well, by creating and keeping a customer. Well, how do you create and keep a customer? Through effective marketing. No marketing, no customers. No customers, no sales, no sales, no business. Period. End of story. It's that simple. Show me a profitable company and I'll show you a good marketing company. So I discovered that that's the ultimate secret to business success. And that's the key, that's the missing link. Then I determined to get good at this marketing stuff. So I read John Cable's and Claude Hopkins, all the marketing classics, and started my little one-man advertising agency. Started writing ads for entrepreneurs. Now, at that time, because I was just starting out, Terry, I didn't have any degree or diploma in marketing. At that time, I didn't have any credibility. Nobody trusted me.
How long ago was this?
That was about 6 years ago. So what I did is very simple. It's like I make them an offer they cannot refuse. So I simply say to them, "Oh, Mr. or Mrs. Prospect, I realize you might not believe in my marketing ability, and I can appreciate that. Why don't we do it this way? Let me write an ad for you or a direct mail piece. If they don't make you money, don't pay me a dime. Only pay me if they work for you. How does that sound to you?" Well, guess what they say? "Sure, where can we start?" So under that kind of pressure, I had to figure out a way to create the most type of advertising possible. Why? Because if my stuff doesn't work, I don't eat. I can't mess around with theories. I don't have that kind of luxury. I wish I had. The stuff I create, they have to make money, and preferably make money very quickly. And to this date, I have sold about $20 million worth of products and services in over 39 different industries. And now I'm teaching others how to market their products and services. So that's basically my story, and that's how I got started in business. Let me tell you a story, okay?
Yeah.
Now, one time I was on the phone with a client, and he owns a couple of restaurants in Canada, and his business was in trouble, big trouble. I cannot reveal his name here. We were chatting, and I was asking him some questions and stuff. So we were on the phone for at least, I think, 3 hours. And at the end of the consultation, I gave him some ideas on how to develop a brand, how to really promote his business, how to create some excitement in his restaurants, how to create a unique selling proposition, all that stuff. So he wrote down a bunch of notes and ideas. Anyway, didn't hear from him for 2 or 3 months. No fax, no phone call, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And one day, he called me out of the blue. And I picked up the phone, and all I heard was, "Dan, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you." And I said, "What happened? What is it?" And he said, "Oh, Dan, I did exactly what you said, and I quickly turned my business around, and now my sales is up 30%. Thanks for your advice." And he kept saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you," right? And I said, "Send me a check." That's just stuck in my mind. So I said, that's interesting. Quickly turned his business around. I said, that's a good term. Why don't I call my methodology quick turn marketing? So that's how the idea was born. But, Terry, frankly, there's nothing new under the sun of marketing. I don't claim to invent all these marketing strategies or ideas. In fact, I'll be the first one to tell you, I never have any original ideas, and probably will never will. Here's the first lesson for our listeners, and it's an important one. When you go to the bank, Terry, and deposit some money, will the teller say to you, "I'm sorry, Terry, we can't allow you to deposit the check because this is not your original idea. Didn't bang your head against the wall to come up with this idea." The banks don't give a damn. They don't care if you spend 10 years coming up with the idea, or they don't care if you spend a day. Money is just money. And then why we invent the wheel? Why not take the role of less resistance? Forget about being original. Forget about being creative. Creativity sucks. Just take the money and go home.
That is a really, really big statement coming from somebody who is a very professional marketer.
I'm not an innovator. I'm a synthesizer.
Hi, it's Michael Senoff with HardToFindSeminars.com. Thanks for watching this video. Many of my interviews last 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, sometimes even up to 2.5 hours long. They're actual mini seminars, and you've just listened to a short sample of just one of over 117 hours of exciting, hard-hitting, mind-blowing interviews on how to make money in direct mail, advertising, copywriting. I assure you, there is not a resource anywhere on the internet or on the planet that comes close to the free information I provide at HardToFindSeminars.com. So go right now to HardToFindSeminars.com, and you'll have free access to 117 hours of audio interviews with typed word-for-word downloadable transcripts and downloadable MP3 files. Please browse some more of the videos or go right directly to HardToFindSeminars.com. Thanks for watching.